Happy International Women's Day to all the wonderful women around the world. International Women's Day to me is an acknowledgement, an appreciation, and an acceptance of all the wonderful things that women around the world are doing and that men supporting women are doing to empower them and provide them access to amazing opportunities. I think I've had one of those really unique experiences that I'm eternally grateful for. A lot of the opportunities I've had, a lot of the spaces I've been a part of have been opportunities that have been created by women. I actually remember that the first lady who ever advised me not to take an internship in biochemistry that I was studying then, and instead to find an interest and hobby of it was a female professor of mine in the university, Professor Anne Wigai. And from there on, it's just been one wonderful woman after another, providing opportunities, providing spaces for me to be a part of. And I'm eternally, eternally grateful for that. And now, in my capacity, I have the wonderful privilege of grooming and growing young female talent within BDDL. And it's nothing short of grace, and I'm extremely grateful for that. Yeah, look at me, look at all the wonderful women on the team. Look at all the spaces that you see women take a hold of and run with and fly with. There are very, very many. Other question. Well, one thing, men need to realize and acknowledge that we are not in competition. This is not a who gets the finish line first. There was a reason why at creation we were created man and woman. So there are strengths that men have. So men need to recognize that one, it's not a competition, and two, acknowledge and appreciate women's strengths. There's a lot that women bring to the table that men don't see and don't have, and equality can only be achieved when there's a very clear understanding of the values that each person brings to the table, if and when the question is pertaining gender. Oh, yes, absolutely. I do acknowledge that as I sit here, I'm speaking from a point of privilege, a point that has relatively easy and open access to the opportunities that I've been talking about. And I know that it's a privilege that a lot of the women also in my network have over the years mentioned and come to enjoy. But the truth is that and the reason why the agenda is continually being pushed is because there is still a lot of inequality. There is still a lot of limited access to opportunities and to having women and to giving women the power to build their own resources, build their own confidence and their own capacity to make the best out of what they have. And I say this because I've had the opportunity to engage with women from very different communities. And one thing I've learned, especially with the less privileged communities, is that they still are very is that the structure around their environment and their circumstances to an extent is still quite limiting in terms of what they have easy capacity and access to do and to achieve. So I do believe a lot more has to be done. And it begins with you and I.